Welcome back to educator.com. This lesson is on the order of operations. For order of operations, now operations we know are multiplying, dividing, adding, subtracting, things like that. Those are all called operations. So we're going to look at the order, and when we have several different operations we looked at within a single problem, there's an order. Which ones we have to do first. So to help you remember the order of operations, there's this phrase right here. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Now that's just an easy way for you to remember the order of operations. So try to say it out loud a few times. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, and that just means P for parentheses, E for exponent, M to multiply, D for divide, add, A for add, and S for subtract. So you're always, no matter what, you're always going to solve within the parentheses first. If you have parentheses, then always solve that first. And then E for exponent. So you're going to do the exponents next. And then for M and D, multiplying and dividing, they're actually the same. So if you have, when it comes to multiplying and dividing, you're just gonna multiply or divide across whichever one comes first. So multiplying and dividing are actually the same. And then adding and subtracting are also the same. So for multiplying and dividing, there's no order. It's just whichever comes first when it comes to these two. And then for adding and subtracting, also the same. So if there's something you have to subtract before you have to add, then you just go ahead and do that. They're the same. Okay? So there's no order in here. But please excuse my dear Aunt Sally is just an easy way for you to remember the order of operations. So make sure you say it a few times and try to remember those. Okay? So here, now we just went over variables, so I have some variables here to kind of help us with the order of operations. A plus, in parentheses, B minus C, plus D squared, plus E times F. So first thing we have to do is parentheses. So this right here would be number 1. That's the first thing you'd have to do. So when you have a number B minus a number C, that's the first thing you're going to solve out. The second thing you're going to solve out is the exponent, right? So this will be the second thing for you to solve out. And then you're going to just rewrite this problem with that part solved. And then the next would be to multiply. So then E times F, that's going to be the third step. Okay, you're going to multiply those two first. And then all you're going to have left are adding and subtracting, so then you're going to just do that last. Okay, and then you'll get your answer that way. So let's do a few examples. So let's look at this. 2 plus 3 times 5. Now, my order of operations is PEMDAS. So that's PEMDAS, okay? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I don't have parentheses, I don't have any exponents, but I do have a multiplication. So you're going to do this first. Before you add, even though this comes first, you'd have to multiply before you add. Okay, so you're going to do 2 plus 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, and then this is going to become 17. If you were to add first, if we don't follow the order of operations rule, let's say you just did 2 plus 3 and then you times 5. So 2 plus 3 is 5 times 5 is 25. See how that's a different answer? This is the wrong answer. So you have to make sure you follow this rule so you can get the correct answer of 17. Okay? Another example. would be 8 plus, in parentheses, 4 minus 2. Now we know always solve within the parentheses first. So this is going to be solved first. I'm going to write this because I'm not going to do anything to that. And then 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay? So then 8 plus 2 now is 10. So when you follow the order of operations, you're going to get the correct answer of 10. Another example, 9 minus 2 squared. Now we just discussed in the last couple lessons on exponents, right? So 2 squared is the same thing as 2 times 2, or 2 times 2, like that. So exponents come after parentheses. So we're going to have to solve this before subtracting. So 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm going to write 9 minus the 4. And then 9 minus 4 is 5. Okay, so 9 minus 2 squared is 5. Now, this next example, kind of long. I have a few operations I can perform to this. But remember, we have to stick with the order. So I'm just going to write PEMDAS, so I can see the order. Okay, so always parentheses first, right? I have a parentheses right here. So I'm going to write everything else out. Solve the parentheses out. 5 minus 2 is 3. So that's 3 squared divided by 9. Now here, what's my next operation? Exponents. So since I have an exponent right here, I'd have to solve this out before I do anything else. So this is going to be 6 times, this, remember, is 3 times 3. 3 squared is the same thing as 3 times 3. And 3 times 3 we know is 9. And then divided by 9. So I'm just rewriting this out. Okay? Then multiplication and division right here. When we have only these two, they're actually going to be the same. There's no order for multiplication and division. Okay, so you're just going to solve out whichever comes first when it comes to multiplying and dividing. And for this problem, it just happens to be a multiplication. So we're just going to solve this out. 6 times 9 is 54. 54 divided by 9. Okay, so I'm just rewriting this. 54 divided by 9 is 6. So my answer to this, 6 times 5 minus 2 squared divided by 9, as long as you follow the order of operations, your answer will be 6. Okay? So that's it for this lesson on order of operations. Thank you for watching educator.com.